What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It has been quite a while since we have uploaded a YouTube video. We have just been absolutely swamped with work, and any bit of free time we have just gone out and enjoyed life. So riding some wheelers and just doing some other stuff. We've just been busy between trucking, work, and planning the wedding and all that kind of stuff. So today we're going to Peterbilt. We are throwing fenders on again. For some of you that have watched the channel know that we've already done this, and those of you newer obviously going to see this for the first time. I had half fenders on the truck, and now I got quarter fenders on because Morgan wrecked them. Nah, just kidding. I was actually pulling somebody else's trailer, and what happened was they had a chain laying in the front of it. It was a flatbed, like a Conestoga like mine. It wasn't my trailer, it was somebody else's. And a chain was laying in the front and worked its way through the rub rail and fell out and got underneath the tire when I was driving, and it sucked the chain underneath, and it was caught inside the trailer still, and it completely obliterated the fender on the driver's side. So the fender on the driver's side got completely mangled. Like, it pretty much wrapped it right around the tire, and it bent the bracket. Here's the old bracket that was on the front. It's pretty tweaked. It don't look that bad on camera, but it is very tweaked. These are all bent. I mean, it pulled it right back to the tire. We had 3 of us with crescent wrenches on this, thinking maybe we could just bend it back straight and keep using it. 3 of us could not move it. We could not bend it. If we put some heat to it, probably could have. But I figured it's already that tweaked. If it takes that much to bend it, when I put a new set of fenders on, I do want them to just sit straight. So I ended up just buying 2 new front brackets. I was going to buy just 1 new one because you can buy them each. But when I did some research, because when I put these on last time, they sat really far forward from the tire, and I didn't know why. Well, I did some digging around and to find out, they make, these are I-29 brackets, by the way. They make several different ones. They make for tall rubber, low rubber, and they also make them for different size tires, 22.5, 24.5, and stuff. And I have 24.5 low pros. Well, they had sold me them for tall rubbers, not for low pros. And look at the difference. See how much this steps back compared to that? So I bought 2 new front ones that are for the low pro 24.5. So hopefully the new brackets will sit a lot closer to the tires where they should be, not super far forward, because I don't have tall rubber. So that was the biggest reason I went with 2 new ones after I had found that out, instead of just 1. And then I had upgraded to the I-29 rear brackets. They're crazy expensive, but I had trucks and I kept snapping them. They keep breaking where the eye bolt or the bolt goes through, and they both broke. Or I never did weld it. The one broke, and then the other one broke like 3 days later. And I'm like, really? So they did warranty them, which was good. I will give trucks credit for those. I have 2 new ones. I'm just going to return those. And then I had bought the I-29 ones, which were obviously a lot more money. They're like, I think these are $300 a piece, and I think the rear was $600 for the pair. I think you had to buy that in a set, if I remember. I can't remember. It's about $1,200 for just brackets. Like, they are super expensive, but the quality of them, I mean, is why. I mean, look at, like, I'll show you like this here. So look how, like, you know, thick these are. You know, this is probably like, I don't know, 3/8. I don't know, it's really thick compared to the truck's universal. I mean, obviously these are just a very simple design, but compared to that, and then there's a piece that goes on that, it slides up and down to adjust it, but way more beefy. Everyone that I had talked to told me, buy the I-29 ones. They're expensive, but they're so worth it. So that's what I bought. So now we're doing fenders again. So I actually sold the other ones. The one was completely mangled. We straightened it for the most part. The other one was like brand new. They're only like 2 months old. And I sold them. So the kid bought them, and he's happy. They put them on a farm truck. They flopped sides on them So like, because mainly the outside I think was hammered on it, so he flopped the sides on it, put that one on the inside or on the other side, the passenger side, so the magnet part was on the inside. Couldn't hardly tell. He's happy, I'm happy. I got new ones, we're gonna throw those on today. So these should be a little easier because I just bolt onto the suspension, basically get it on, set the height where I want it, clamp the fender, drill a couple holes, and good to go. So a little bit easier today. Fenders are, old fenders are off. New fender or brackets are on. These are pretty, I didn't show how to put these on. It's pretty self-explanatory. You know, bolt them on the back of the hangers. This is for a Peterbilt low air leaf, the Kenworth equivalent. I don't know what exactly, which brand it is. These are for 2005 newer low air Kenworth and Peterbilt. They also fit the Freightliner Airliner suspension. These are for, like I said, the 24/5 low pro tires. So they're marked passenger side, driver's side. They're pretty easy. They definitely sit a lot closer to the tire. They still stick out a ways. Granted, these tires are wore down pretty far. So, I mean, I put new tires on and they're probably gonna get fairly close. But I like these rear brackets a lot better. You can adjust them. They're obviously way more beefy. They definitely aren't gonna go anywhere. So I like how them bolt on. They are definitely way better than those. I went and got all new stainless hardware. So these are all the bolts that are gonna go onto the fenders. I got little rubber washers for all of them, and then grade 8 bolts for those, because these did not come with, none of this came with hardware. I don't know yet, but I might take this thin rubber. I got some of this stuff laying around, and I might cut some of this and lay it between the fender and the bracket just to help with vibration and hopefully help with cracking. But I don't know yet. I might lay a strip here and on the front, but we'll see. So we're gonna start getting the fenders mocked up because we do have to drill the holes. They come blank. For those that are gonna ask, these are the Loaded brand from Big Rig. So they're Loaded, the brand name is Loaded, and they're 80-inch, I believe. They're the biggest ones you can get for the half fenders. There's the, if you're wondering, they're 430, yeah, 80-inch. I like these for the money. You can't beat them. I'm not gonna go put $1,500 per set of fenders on it. These are like $600. Actually, I think I'm for $500 something on sale. I'm not gonna go spend big money on it because they're gonna get beat up on my truck. So not a show truck. This is a work truck, and it is going to get beat to shit. So let's get these babies on. All right, we are getting close to drilling the holes. So this one definitely sits a lot closer to the tire. The other set, they sat a lot farther away from the tires, so these definitely look a lot better. And the truck's aired out with a 2x4. I used a 1-inch board. I actually used this 1-inch board on the last set, but my tires are significantly wore down, so I went with a full 2x4 this time to set in between, because then by the time I get a new tire aired out, it should be super close to the fender. So yeah, we kind of have everything adjusted, sitting where this one's gonna be. I'm not really gonna measure them too much this time like I did with the last set. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it and see what looks good. I will probably measure the second one a little bit more to the first, so it matches the first one, at least like from the bracket down to the bottom of the fender in the front, and where I have the height set in the rear, so that way they match. But the first one, we're just kind of eyeballing it to get it to look good. It's looking good so far. We're actually gonna go get some food here, and then we're gonna come back and we are going to drill the holes. I'm gonna drill the rear ones, and then I'm gonna mark the front ones and pull the fenders out and lay them on this to drill the front ones, because the tires are in the way to do those. But I haven't decided if I'm gonna throw any rubber on yet. I don't know. I'm not sure on that. Fenders are done. I actually did not finish recording that day. They've been on for about a week, maybe 2. I can't actually remember when we did these. Might be 2 weeks. But yeah, we did not record anything else because it got late, and I actually finished these in the dark. We went out for food with all our friends, and when we got back, we finished them up because I had to go to work on Monday. But this is what they look like. Really not a whole lot more to it other than I drilled the holes. I actually forgot I got to get 2 more bolts for the rear fenders. I broke them. If you buy stainless bolts, make sure you anti-seize them. Otherwise, they lock up, and I snapped them. I snapped 2 off right in a row, and I started anti-seizing all of them, and then the rest went on good. A few small things that I want to do. I had put rubber between these, but actually after 1 week, they kind of squished out sitting in the sun. So obviously the rubber washers that I got were not very good quality. So there's that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that rubber mat that I had talked about, and I'm going to take that off, these off, and lay it underneath and bolt it back on, because, like, I don't know if the video's picking up, but it just kind of dent the fenders on the corners where these are here. I'm assuming from the bouncing, because we run a lot of really rough roads, and, like, they really going to take a beating. And I'm thinking they're from, like, just the vibration stuff, they kind of... I'm assuming that's why that they did the little denting thing. Both of them did that, so I really don't know. But they look so much better. They're not so far from the freaking tire like the old brackets. So they look a lot better. I actually don't know if the truck's fully aired up right now. It's been sitting for a while, but these line up a lot nicer with the trailer. And it's just kind of funny because I had completely eyeballed these ones, and I did very minimal measuring compared to the last set, and these look way better. So the only thing I want to do is I actually want to pull this fender in just a little bit at the bottom. This one turned out really nice. This one's set about where it needs to be. So that one I just need to pull the bottom in a little bit. But yeah, they look really good. They flow with the tire a lot nicer than the old set did because they have the correct brackets. So if you buy the brackets from Peterbilt, or not Peterbilt, from Big Rig, make sure you have the correct one. So if you have 24.5 low pros, make sure you get the low pros for the 24.5s, not the tall rubber. They had given me the tall rubber for 24.5. I obviously did not have tall rubber. So, because I ordered these over the phone, so I didn't actually go online. And then these rear brackets, way beefier. These are the I-29 front and rear, way better than the other style. There's no flex in them. Them babies are solid. They're way easier to put on, and well worth the money. Obviously, you could build a set for a lot cheaper. And if you do, great. I'm not gonna. I didn't have the time, and it's just, for me, it's just hard to get to the steel place because they quit, and I work too many long hours. So yeah, and I just didn't want to spend the time building them. I got better things to do. I believe these are actually under warranty too. So yeah. That being said, hope you guys enjoyed the content. I know it wasn't the best video, but we are going to be uploading some more a little bit. I got a few things we're doing on this truck. I also sold my Mustang, so unfortunately there won't be any more videos on that. I'd actually originally sold that because I was going to buy another car that was way cooler, and so I sold the car and my wheels, and the deal fell through. So we didn't end up going and getting that car, and that's just what it is. I'm not really hurt on it. I didn't have an attachment to that car, so my feelings are not hurt. I think we're actually going to stick a little more into this, so we're going to be wrapping the bumpers next weekend and doing some little things to this, and making it look a little bit better. And I'm probably going to do some things to that and just make that cool. So there'll probably be more diesel content with the 6.7, the King Ranch. So some guys might like that, some guys don't. I don't really think the Mustang videos did that good anyway. I don't think a lot of people like to watch that stuff. For some reason, a lot of guys like this and that, and that's what we're gonna make videos on. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. That I know wasn't the best, but some guys might like it. I know some guys like watching me upload. Oh, I also got a new hood for this. You'll see, because I got hail damage on this. I don't know, the video's probably not gonna pick it up. Yeah, you can see it's got hail damage, so there's gonna be more stuff on this. So make sure you stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.